activity.
Fish jerks. Fish jerks.
Jerk. Hi. Hi. Hello. Look at that. Look at that doggy. There's no dog. There he is. Hi, buddy. Hi, doggy. Oh, there's my buddy. There's my buddy. There's my wawas. Okay. Fishy on. So, Fernando. Every time I think of your real name, I think of Abba. Big Steve, what's up, my friend? Hello. And there's my brother Eric Rywalk. It's starting already. And Killer Kitty, before the stream even started. Look at that. Thank you so much. And heading into work at noon. So hopefully she gets to at least say hi. So hi, Killer Kitty. It's good to see you, Holly. Haven't been doing too much fun stuff outside, really. Haven't been spending a lot of time outside at all. Is the audio okay too? I didn't even check anything. Everything's been so messed up. So hopefully everything looks and sounds good. It looks like I have activity. Okay. There's Dr. Awesome. Hello. I think I can make it. Oh, I gotta expand this. There we go. And there's Miss Jenna P. Good morning, good morning. And Scuba Steve. Bionic Bigfoot, Dennis. Dennis is here. All good. Okay. All right. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Okay. All right. Hi. How we doing? How's things? There's a dog on my foot. Levin, what you doing? Levin, you want to come say hi? Levin, come say hi. Come say hi. Yeah, there she is. Hi, Nathan. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. You got wrapped around a cable. And FishFam.link is here. Stuff's just falling everywhere. There she is. That's my little hootie hoo. Uh-oh. There's just dogs everywhere. Oh. They love their papa. They love their papa. Yes. Okay, I put you down. Get down, Wall. There you go, Hootie. Wally's just so jealous. He's jealous. Anytime I give Michelle a hug, he's got to be right in between us. He's so jealous because he knows he's my doggy. He knows he's my doggy. Huh? You know you're my doggy, huh? Okay, get down. Get down. Okay, watch out for the cables. Don't want to make a noose. Don't want to make a nuisance of yourself. Nuisance. 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 Ooh, I think I just came up with an idea for the discerning criminal on death row. Noose sense. Yeah. All right. All right, look out. Come out over here. Thank you. All right. So I hope everybody is doing well. I still out of the loop on everything. I don't know what's going on in the community or anything. Haven't really been engaging. I barely even post on Discord. I don't know why. Just haven't felt like talking to people at all. And I've just been so tired still. But that's been going on forever. So it is what it is. But what I have been doing is messing around with these Arduino ESP devices, which I'm going to talk about a little bit. So I know for my fishy friends, maybe you're not so interested in that. I know Mr. Mark Pyle is very interested. Geek Boy does a lot of this stuff, but he knows so much more than I do with it that it's not that, it won't be anything new to him. Man, there's not a lot of people here. But I've been doing a lot of stuff with that and having a lot of fun. I've really been getting back into the tech side of things, sort of brushing up on my skills because I've been so out of the loop over the since I retired pretty much. I really haven't done a lot of tech projects. So it's been good to do that. I brought my website back home. It's here, it's hosted at home again. That saved me $100 a year on hosting. I've just brought a lot of stuff back to the house instead of having it hosted elsewhere. I'm trying to work on Voice Assistant to get rid of the Amazon stuff 100%. I'm done with them. Trying to get away from the Google stuff and trying to get more, privacy, not giving them all the data, plus being able to have a little bit more control over stuff. So I'm trying to work on getting an AI here that I can, voice activate it. That's one of the biggest goals right now. I'm also using a software called Home Assistant that, there's so many different protocols and things for different, like Philips Hue, they make the lights, right? They've got their own protocol, and there's this one and that one and this one. And they are trying to condense them with Matter and different things, trying to make it so they talk to each other, but they really don't do a very good job on it. So Home Assistant really ties all that in together and lets you control everything from one place. It's very cool. It's very cool. Who else is here? Uncle Smiley. Hello, sir. Hello, hello. Oh, that's it. 5 monarchs fight in my backyard. I just saw one this morning too. We have a bunch of milkweed that we let grow by the front door, and there's a whole bunch. And there's a whole bunch of milkweed, but I only saw one monarch. Ton of aphids and a ton of ladybugs though, so that's good. Wow, that's Kelly Foreman's not here. I was gonna ask her about her green lacewing experiment, because she I think she was going to get ladybugs, but I think she went instead with the green lacewings because they stay in the region where they're born more than the ladybugs. They just leave. So I wanted to see her. So hopefully she comes in and we can talk a little bit about that. Banana wine. That sounds interesting. I would definitely try that. Banana is my favorite dessert flavor. So I would definitely like to try some banana wine. That sounds interesting. It sounds weird. It sounds weird. It sounds like it could be two things: disgusting or delish. It doesn't seem like it would fall in the middle. It would either be horrible or really good. 2 black swallowtails have hatched in a chrysalis. Still have 8 caterpillars. Wow, you really got into it. Are the kids interested too, Eric? Are you showing them and going through stuff, or do they like, meh? I always tried to get the kids interested in nature stuff, and it never really took off too much. But my oldest son now is a lot more interested. Like, he was just talking about getting a weather station. They're obsessed. Nice. That is awesome. That is awesome. I love to see, kids get interested in that stuff. Every morning they check on them. Oh, that is so cool. That is so cool. I'm happy for you and them, because when they're younger, I think they are a little bit more interested, just because, but my kids, I took them bird watching and stuff, and I think it was more for me. They didn't really care about it. They didn't care at all. Really dry. I was thinking about sweetening up a little bit, the banana wine. How would you sweeten it? Well, I don't know. I've never made wine. I made beer a long, long time ago. We still lived in Arizona, but I've never made wine. I guess it's even easier than making beer, right? Isn't it easier? I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Let's see. Fishy Wise. You can see the bluegill. He's right there. See his tail? He's moving around. That's the bluegill. He's in there all by himself with one Congo tetra. Just the two of them. And that's just a 45 tall. And it looks very brown, doesn't it? So does this. This looks sort of yellowish. It's just a weird light in here. Really no changes in the fish room. Everything's still doing good. Oh, one of the excuse me, one of the Bozeman rainbow females, there's only one male, has like a wound on her back that looks pretty severe. I don't know if he got a little frisky and hurt her, or what it is. It's a round chunk. It's not perfectly round, but it's a chunk right out of her off her top. Hi, Rosie. Simple syrup. That's all you got to do to put in to sweeten up the banana wine. I would definitely, if you're coming to the Clash and you have any of that left, I would definitely like to partake. Kenny ABC, he brings mead that he makes, that is really good. It's honey mead, and some of it has like different kinds of mushrooms in it. Man, we have only have 10 people. Is there another live stream going on? Maybe that's what it is. Let's see what else. So, the most that I've been doing again is this ESP32 stuff. So this is a little device I made. This case was actually, look, I have another one here. Oh, I have it stuck on. Here's another one. These little cheap air quality monitors. I tried out quite a few of them to see if I could find one that I liked. Really couldn't find one that was decent. This was a really cheap one, so I gutted it. And the case is perfect for this little thing here. But check this out. I made a video about this. Look at this. That's it. That's it. Now, I showed Michelle and she's like, look at my cell phone. I was like, but that's all it is. That's the whole thing. That's the board is on there in the back. It's got memory card reader. It's got ports. You can plug more stuff in. It's upside down. But right now it's just doing weather. It's doing weather. That's the weather in the backyard. They're indoor. Right now it's 82 degrees in here, which is probably right. I don't have any air conditioning going or anything. But that bottom all clear will flash red a few times, like 4 times, and then stay red as it scrolls the National Weather Service alerts. So it's just a cool little thing. It's probably not going to stay as this. I'm going to expand it and do different things with it, but it was sort of a test to learn how to communicate with it and to, set stuff up on it and create that little GUI and all that kind of stuff. So, it fits just so good in this case, I'm also building one that's, where is it? Where is it? Where'd you go? Where'd I put you? Where'd I put you? Damn it. Well, I don't know where I put them. Where the hell did it go? I swear there was one in here. I have 2 of them. Huh. Well, I don't know where I put them, but they're just panels about this big, the LED panels. I think there's like 48 little LEDs on each little square section, and there's 4 sections. So that's going to go up behind up here. I have a shelf that goes up in the corner there, and it's going to go right there, and it'll do the weather, but it'll also give me reminders. I use that Todoist.com for reminders and projects and things like that, and it will actually pull my reminders in. So if I have something due, it'll flash and remind me, hey, because I forget stuff so much. And Michelle has access to that. So she'll be able to say, hey, can you throw a load of laundry in or something? She'll be able to give me, some honeydew stuff via that, and it'll help. Because I just forget stuff so much, so that helps to do that. I'm driving 10 hours, possibly alone. Well, it's going to be good to see you, though. Surprised us all with the live stream. Fishy Bingo is gone. Oh. Yeah. Oh, gotcha. Some Viking brains. Okay. Jenna P said that Fishy Bingo. Yeah, I never want to go over him. Drew? It's Drew, right, Andrew? I never want to go over him, but I never know when he ends. And there's Stephen P. What's up, my friend? Hello, hello. What else? This is another one I'm making. Now this one's pretty cool because, my hands aren't so good these days. I mean, I'm shaking it, but my hands shake when I try to do, stuff, and it just, it's very difficult to solder. I've been trying, but it's difficult. But this makes it really cool because you don't have to do any soldering. Same with that all-in-one board. There's no soldering involved. You just plug it into your computer and program it. Away you go. This is a little bit different. There's a company called Adafruit, ADA Fruit. Adafruit.com. And they make these Stemma QT boards. And what that is it's just the same type of sensors, like that's this. What is this one? This one is barometer, I think. Yeah, this one's barometer. So it's just pressure. That's the sensor, and it's a pressure sensor. It's not a bad one. It's not super accurate, but it's okay, middle of the road. It's probably what you get in most of your not quite toy weather stations, but not quite, real nice ones either, right in the middle. But anyways, this is another sensor. This one here is also a pressure sensor from Adafruit, and you see it's got the little ports on it. So you just plug your cable right into it. So there's no soldering involved. It's just a Lego kit. You're just building stuff by plugging in wires. So, and this one's got a 5-port hub. There's all my sensors. There's a little hub here. So I can plug 5 things into that hub directly. Or I can plug more hubs into this. It's just a straight pass through. It doesn't do any. So sometimes these have the same address, so things can cause problems. But so this is a particle sensor. I've got a very good heat sensor on there, a temperature sensor. I've got the pressure, and I'm also got a gas sensor. Things like formaldehyde, CO2 sensors. All of that is built into this. So that is all the sensors, and then I have to plug. This is just an expansion board. There's another board, the actual brains, an ESP32. I'm using a 38-pin, and I won't get too much into it, but I plug the brains into this and then plug that hub into this, which is very simple. You just, you've got the one end that plugs into the hub, and the other end you solder or glue gun. Glue gun is like, poor man's solder. No, what would I want to call it? The glue gun does a great job too, because it's basically just liquid plastic. So the glue gun you can use for the connections as well, especially if you're building things that you don't want permanent or you're doing your testing. So, but anyways, I connect those to the proper pins on the expansion board, and it's all connected. So that's it. That's the biggest connection. The rest of it is plug and play. So that'll make a very cool little, that's going to be an air quality station. Matt sent me a B-Link mini PC, and I killed it. It died. So, and I didn't want to tell him because he sent this to me for free, and I was afraid he would do more because that's what he does. But I'm going to put it in this case, so I'm just going to have to cut a hole for the screen, but it'll have all my weather or my air quality. And again, it's not the cheap air quality stuff. It's actually very accurate, and it'll test for all kinds of different things. So we can just blame Matt for breaking it. I'm sure it's his fault. Okay. Totally lost, but as long as you know what you're doing. Well, I don't though. That's just the thing, is I'm learning all of this. I've been doing everything that's very low power, because if something overheats a little bit, it's not going to cause a big fire or anything, because I'm still learning all that, still remembering a lot of it. My dad was an electrician in the 60s and 70s. He even owned a CB shop in the 70s. But, and so I picked up a little bit of stuff along the way, and I took electricity in high school. We had an electrical class in high school, learning how to build circuits and things. So I do have a little bit of knowledge there, but really not that much. That's why these plug and play things are so cool. There's not much to worry about. As long as you're connecting to the proper pin for power, you're solid. There's not really much to worry about. It's such a cool it's such a cool thing. And again, you don't have to have a lot of knowledge about it. ChatGPT has been great for it, although also very frustrating because, well, I'll have a big thing of code and something's wrong and I just can't figure out what it is. So I give that to ChatGPT, and it makes my changes in that code and sorts it out sometimes. Sometimes it goes down a different rabbit hole, so you do a lot of backups. But sometimes it makes changes to things that work just fine, and you didn't ask it to do anything with that. So unless you're going through the code with a fine-tooth comb, it can be very frustrating. I know, Steven, you use ChatGPT quite a bit. Sal, what's going on? Can't listen in waiting room for blood work. Somebody put in there, since he can't listen, that we hope that the blood work is just normal. He's okay and everything. Hope that's just, standard blood work. Hi, Vanosky, and hi, Sal. It can get on him sometimes. Yeah, I know you use it quite a bit. And you use the Pro. Do you pay for the Pro version? I've been thinking about it, but $20. I've cut. Well, that was weird. My screen froze and then went black. Is it overheating? No. I thought about doing the $20 a month, I think it is, but it's hard to justify. It really is. I've cut down all of my subscriptions to everything except for, I think I have 5 channel subscriptions on YouTube still. I have Stephen and Jenna, Foxy, Chattanooga Ed, and Aquarium Co-op, and I think that might be it. Oh, it's Skipper. The Plus version. Yeah, the Pro version is $200 a month. Okay, so you're doing the $20 a month. I've been thinking about it because I've been using it very heavily for these. I've been using it very heavy for this project, and it really has been a big help. It really has. I've tried some of the other ones like Claude. I've tried some of the other AI. I just don't care for the flow of it. The flow is not that great. ChatGPT, maybe it's just because I've been using it, so I'm familiar with it more, and I've got some preferences saved and things like that. Although I do have this thing that saves memories between all the different AIs. It's just a Chrome extension that works pretty good to save your memories so that when you go from one to the other, it will remember some of your stuff. I have 4.0. I think that's it. I don't know. Hold on. Where's my mouse? There's my mouse. I'll open it up here real quick. I don't even know. I don't pay attention that much to the models. Although I often hit the you've used too much and you're going down to this model. Matt would probably know the best one using code. Yeah, I bet. Yeah. I bet he would. And again, Claude was supposed to be the best one for coding, and it was a little bit more accurate, but I just didn't care for how it felt, how the conversation went. Like I've made ChatGPT give me one step at a time, because a lot of times there's an issue with that step instead of getting a whole bunch of stuff. And a lot of times the other ones, I don't think it was Claude. I can't remember which one I used. I said what the overall scope of the project was and then some stuff within, and it gave me everything and spit it all out. And I don't want that because I've already got that. I want the step-by-steps for those parts that I don't know how to do. Maybe Rico should use Notebook LLM. Yeah, I've been looking at that. Hey, Jeff Kane. Hi, Jeff. Claude apologizes too much and still makes the same mistakes. Yep. ChatGPT does that all the time too. You're absolutely right, and I'll change, and then it does the same thing. What's up, Jeff? I thought about using Notebook LLM. I haven't yet. I do have Obsidian, which I really like because a lot of times I'll be browsing, looking at stuff, researching, but I don't want to read the whole thing right now. And Obsidian has a plugin where I can just copy the URL, and then I go into Obsidian and click that button, and it brings that whole URL in with pictures and documents and everything right into it. And it becomes a note right within there. So that's pretty cool. I like that. There's so much of this AI stuff that's really starting to, take off. It really is. There's bad stuff to it. Don't get me wrong. Especially when it comes to creativity and people using it. There was that band on Spotify that was getting like millions of listens a month, and they were AI. All is okay. Jeff Kane. All is okay. Nothing super bad. You know, here's something. Here's something I'm going to share with you guys for the Clash. Hi, Renee. Wow. How are you doing? Well, Renee. This is something that makes me feel bad, but I'm going to share it with you. I'm going to share it. Michelle and Aiden they're working at the Ren Fair again this year. They work at one of the booths. Michelle is a hostess, not a hostess, but a cashier, basically. I mean, she takes your order and stuff. It's basically fast food. And Aiden is a cook. And Michelle is doing it to go to the Clash. She's paying for us to go to the Clash by working at the Ren Fair. So she has 2 jobs and I have none. And it just shows you what kind of a person that Michelle is. I got so lucky with who I married the second time. She's just such an amazing person, and I can't say thank you enough to her for doing that. And of course, I didn't ask her to do that, but so she's working 7 days a week for the next, I think it's like 6 weeks total. I think it may be even longer, but and again, she's doing that just so we can make it to the Clash. So, Red LeSueur, how's Canada today? Are you holding things down up there? You guys doing okay? I haven't been to Canada in so long. I really should go. What do you think about my shirt? Huh? It reminds me of the SpongeBob, the drawn SpongeBob one, the evil SpongeBob. It's even the shorts are even. Hanging out in the AC. We've been ABS. Who is ABS? Who is ABS? Is that Kenny? Is that Kenny's new name? You remember, and the icon definitely looks familiar, but you changed your name, and I'm so out of the loop. But okay. Hopefully, being at the Ren Fair is at least a fun experience, even if it's work. It's not. it's not. It's very hot. They don't have air conditioning in the booths. And the other day, it was in the 90s, and they're working in a place with an oven, so it gets incredibly hot. It's not fun for them. It really isn't. It really isn't. So, let's see. Victor C is here. Hi, Victor. Tonight is a full moon called the Buck Moon. I don't think I've heard of the Buck Moon. You're really into that astronomy stuff, though, huh? Fanatical. Oh, okay. Hi. Hello. The icon looks familiar to me, but I couldn't place the name. And you're a member, so haven't caught a stream in months. Well, that's because I don't stream. Yeah, I hardly ever stream anymore. It's been quite some time since I stream maybe once every 2 months these days, and I don't really engage with YouTube in any other way either. I don't know why. I've just that's what I do, I guess. It's been a few years this time that I was focused on it. I'm still keeping fish. I'm still enjoying my fish. I still take care of fish. I still I'm obviously not as involved with it. I'm not buying any fish. I'm not getting new fish. I haven't got any new fish except for the baby guppies, since Nancy P sent me the eggs, the rice fish eggs. That was the last time. Yeah, it's been a long time. And the rice fish are doing great out in the pond. They really do like that little pond, which is, again, we still want to expand it. The little seating area has really come along. Damn, I don't have OBS. I'm using Talk Studio. It really looks cool because I put a metal archway, and then all the stuff is growing up around it, but it's got lights on it. So at night, it's got these blue lights on the archway, solar. And the seating area is really coming along. I put a ton of mulch back in there. I've got to cut down a couple of little trees. They're not big at all. They're some of the sumac, and expand it a little bit, and then it's ready. I can put the benches in there. We're going to put 4 big flagstones and then put a fire pit on it, and it's ready to go. And you can't see in there from outside. That's what's so cool about it. At night with the fire going, you obviously, but right now, if there was somebody inside of there, I couldn't even see it. It's just so overgrown. It's sumac. There's a couple of cottonwood trees. There's I don't know what the other kind of tree is. I thought it was an ash, but man, most of the ash are all dead. So it's just such a cool area, though, and I really enjoy it. I really enjoy it. Wally, you want to come say hi to Victor? Come here. Come say hi to Victor. He's laying on the floor right there. Oh, big stretch. Oh, come here, Munster. Come here. Oh, denied. No, just come say hi real quick. Come on, real quick. Come here. You're a dick. Wow. Gina. Oh, well, thank you, Gina. Missed you too. I thought about you the other day. It was a knife thing. There was a knife. I don't remember what it was about, but it was something about knives. And I thought about you and Nathan. When I think of knives, I think of Gina. Gina's knife reef. That's what you should call it. Okay, so fish-wise, yeah, nothing really new. Oh, I know there is. I took down the other tank over here and combined my Goodeid colony back together. I got rid of the one piston pump that I had. Piston pump, is that right? It was one of those cheaper ones. It was loud, and I just didn't need it anymore. There's only the 2 tanks, so instead these 2 tanks are run off of the Aquarium Co-op battery operated, which also gives me a little peace of mind, right? Knowing that those batteries do last quite a long time. I mean, it was 12 hours on the other one. It's over. That's running this tank. It was 12 hours on it, and I don't know how long it would actually run without. So I've got that one on this too, and so it's a lot quieter in here. I don't have that big pump running, but otherwise that's it. And I think. Well, I've been talking about it. I think I want to get rid of all of this stack over here and replace it with maybe a 125. So that's only a 55. That's only a 20 tall. Or no, it's a 29. So I think I want to get rid of this stack and replace it with a 125 and do something a little bit bigger. Keep some little bit bigger fish. I don't know what. I haven't decided what. The bluegill that's in here is getting pretty good sized. You can see him right there. The water looks like it's filled with tannins, but it's really not. There is a thick layer of duckweed and water lettuce, but still, it's just the way. There's a window over there, so it's just that. Diaphragm pump, is that what it is? Diaphragm pump. It sounds like a euphemism. The old diaphragm pump. I gave her the old diaphragm pump. Yeah, that's one of those loud ones. Is that a Totoro tattoo on the inside of you? Oh, no, that's John Lennon. That's John Lennon. My daughter got this for me on Father's Day, and she has Paul McCartney. I got John Lennon, she got Paul McCartney. So I thought that was pretty cool. I also have this now. I never used to have that. Look at this. It's all just fat now. That used to be muscle. Look at this. It's so gross. Linear piston pumps are usually quieter. Gotcha. Yeah, see, I've forgotten everything about all that stuff already. Debs. Hi, Debs. How's the UK doing? Red Laser never told me how Canada's doing. You know, I asked. He rudely did not respond. Deb, you got to let me know. All those boxes of jerky. You know what it is? It's inactivity. I even when I'm sitting here doing all this coding and stuff, I'm not doing anything else. You know, I'm not doing anything physical. I don't get outside much these days. I just don't. My hip, though, this Friday I have, tomorrow, the 11th, I have my appointment back with the bone and joint guy, Dr. Childs, and we're going to find out what we're going to do for the tear. So hopefully hopefully things will get better with that, and hopefully it's soon. So because it takes about 8 weeks to recover totally, I mean I should be fine in probably just a couple of weeks walking with a cane. But I'm hoping that the pain at least is gone, and I don't make weird noises, because every once in a while, like I'll stand up and turn and I'll just go, you know, I can't control it, you know. Let's see what we got. Very hot in the UK. UK is sticky. Yeah. Are you guys close to each other there too? By the way, it's warm here. LeSueur said Canada's doing fine. Life is crazy with family medical issues. Oh, gotcha. Don't rely on a child's, bank on a Black. Dr. Black. We got Australia, we got UK, we got Canada. Yeah. Dr. Black, what's going on, brother? Hope you're doing well, man. Hope you're doing good. What if Michelle has grown accustomed to your voices? Maybe. It's almost like reminds me of somebody I used to know that had Tourette's. There was two different people, but I'll just tell the one story. So I worked at a liquor distributor, right? And I was the IT guy, and I would print the labels at night. They had to get labels, and they would go out on their forklifts and find the product and put those cases on, slap the label on it. We'd go through the system and then ride into the right truck. Anyways, but there was this one guy came in and he was waiting for some labels, right? And I'm printing them off and he's waiting for them. And he went, huh. And I was like, I didn't say anything. And he did it like a couple times. I said, no, I didn't say anything. And he just kept looking at me weird. And then when he walked out, the other two guys, the routers that were down, they both started laughing really hard. They're like, dude, he's got Tourette's. I was like, I didn't know he was a new guy. I didn't know. So I was making fun of him. Eduardo, what's going on? Hair looks fabulous. No, it doesn't. It looks horrible. But thank you. Good afternoon to all the ladies and gentlemen. Everybody else can kiss my grits. Elfish too. Hi, Dave. What's going on? Eduardo, are you going to the Clash? Are you going to be at the Clash this year? Jody P is here. Hi, Jody. Jody's going to be at the Clash. Jody's met a lot of people there in Iowa now. I see it on the Discord all the time. Not a lot, I guess. Matt and Mike, is that it? That seems like a lot, because those are people a lot of the rest of us haven't met, especially Matt. Matt's definitely. Nathan, you are going to the Clash, and you're not going to be a vendor, right? This time you're going just for fun. It's on the schedule. Awesome. Looking forward to hanging out, Eduardo. Looking forward. Jody's the only person to verify Matt as a human. Yep. Even wasn't that even the link or even the caption that Matt put on it was, see, I am human or something like that, or I am real or something like that. You know, somebody should drop the link for the Fish Core too. I think everybody in here already knows about it, but just in case, because it is such a, even though I don't really do too much on it, I mostly just post, dirty stuff in the adult section. And it's not dirty, it's just, adult jokes. So, Elfish, how's Pennsylvania doing? How's Pennsylvania? You guys are super close to Lake Erie, right there in the thumb. And I know you had some crazy storms. The dirty stuff is the best stuff. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Every once in a while, I post something and I'm like, ooh, because we try to keep the rest of it family friendly. And I posted something in the members chat the other day with Scotty that wasn't exactly, Oh, well, first Matt sent us a picture of Jody petting his dogs, which wasn't really proof that he existed. Gotcha. Hot work day today. Yeah, it is. It is a little warm here. It's like 80. I mean, for Steven and them. Inside, it's warm. Indoors, it's 83. Outdoors, it's 77. I've got the fan blowing right on me. So, we had our house insulated. It was earlier this year. We had all new insulation in the basement and in the attic. Put in a new line from the bathroom for the fan, that went out, because before it would just vent into the attic. Excuse me, sorry. But now it vents outside. So we had all that done, and I was really hoping that it would help with the summertime temps too, but it really hasn't. Now I gave up on family friendly. Now it's just no porn. Gotcha. 87 in Missouri. Feels like 91, but it's only 11:30. Yeah. What's funny too is, again, I said Michelle and Aiden are working at the Ren Fair, and it's been sort of miserable. Last weekend was the first weekend, and it was in the 90s. And then this week, it's all right around 80 degrees outside, 70s and 80 degrees all week. And then on the weekend, it's like, 86, 88 on Sunday. So when they're out there working, it's the warmest. And all week, it's not that bad. The nights are still pretty good. I mean, it gets down into the low 60s. Sometimes we use the air conditioner in the bedroom at night. And that the other night it was actually cold, and that was awesome. I like to be cold. I enjoy being cold. Maybe it's because I'm fat. It's probably because just the fat. Like right there, look. We're right here. Right there. Look at that. I never used to have that. Sucks getting old. Okay, what else are we going to talk about? We talked about the fish. Everything's doing good. I am going to bring a 20-gallon tank to give away at the Clash to anybody who, and that pump. The pump does work good still. It's just that it was loud. So and again, it's one of those cheaper ones. It was only like, I don't know, 35, 40 bucks or something like that. J-Rock, what's happening, man? How's J-Rock doing? What kind of projects you working on, J-Rock? J-Rock, do you do any of the like Arduino stuff? Arduino, the ESP32 things? That's another cool thing about the ESP stuff. Back to that. So this device can update over the air, right? It doesn't have to be plugged in to update, which I think is really cool. For this device, it doesn't really matter. Right now, there's no battery. This is my battery for it, and I have to get a charging module so it'll run off the battery. But so this device, that doesn't matter. It's going to be sitting on my desk and can be plugged in, or I can plug it in if I need to change it. But some people put like sensors in their attic for just temperatures and things. Also for gases, you see what kind of your air quality in the attic does matter. And some people use like water sensors in the basement, things like that. And they're in places that it's sort of difficult to get to when you have to update them. Well, with this ESP Home, you do it right over the air. It's so awesome. You just say, yeah, I want to do it over Wi-Fi, and it updates the firmware. So if you have to make changes to it, you don't have to go get it out of the attic. You just send it. That's so cool. Going to be 86 here in the rainforest, and only 84% humidity. Really dry today. Yeah, our humidity is up there. Oh, 72%. J-Rock's building a paludarium, gluing hundreds of lava rocks together. J-Rock has done some Arduino work, but not on ESP. I bet the kids an emulator. Oh, nice. I've been thinking about that, but I put together emulators, and I shouldn't say put together. I installed an emulator on different hardware, and we never ended up using it that much, so I didn't want to do that. The ESP stuff is so cool. I just love it. These little boards. Let me see if I have another little board here that I can show you. Speaking of board, I know some of you are. Here we go. Nope, that's not an ESP. That's a Raspberry Pi Nano. Oh, I know. Where'd I put that? Do you see a GamerSupps canister? Do you see it? What the hell did I do with it? I just had it. Ah. I knocked it down. I didn't even notice it. So the top of this looks really bad. I mean, that's really. I'm not very good at that part of stuff. If Ed lived closer, that'd be perfect because he's so crafty and can do all that stuff, and I'm just not. When it comes to making the cases and stuff, just wait till that boots up. Well, here, let's take it out of here. That's all it is. This is not a very good sensor here. It's a DHT11. They're not very accurate. I can't show you the whole board because it's actually, I use some hot glue on the corners to glue it in there, but there you go. So that's our weather from outside. Oh no, that's the National Weather Service one. There's our indoor, and then it also pulls from the National Weather Service. I just thought that was cool. Again, this is a cheap, but that's all there is to it. Again, no soldering, very simple, very easy, and gamer subs. I put together two things that I really enjoy. Jody's got to start mowing. See ya. Oh, mowing today, especially in Iowa. I can only imagine. It's probably super yucky there. I said it before, Iowa probably has the worst weather in the United States. It always has a really hot and a really cold. You know, it's such a huge range. Built a guitar pedal from a chip. Nice. There's so many projects on Instructables. I wish Mark Pyle was here because he expressed a lot of interest in knowing how I did some of that stuff. Again, I don't know hardly anything about it, honestly. I really don't. I basically take a recipe that somebody else already has and just tweak it a little bit to fit whatever it is that I'm doing. So I really don't know hardly anything about it. And again, when it comes to electrical stuff, I really am not that, I got to brush up on that. I also have to get better at the soldering, but again, my hands just aren't very good these days, and my eyes, I mean, I have to use this thing. It's got the other little piece, and I'm like, you know, and I still can't see what, you know, all of that. Hi, Melissa. Yeah, and she says, we'll walk on the dogs. And yes, our weather is terrible. It is. And it I don't know. And hi, Melissa. I hope you're doing well with the RA. I talked to Matt not that long ago, and he said you're doing okay with it. And poor Matt, I felt so bad that I killed he sent me this mini PC just, you know, out of the goodness of his heart. Goodness of his heart. I bet people don't say that to him about Matt, do they, Melissa? They do. They do. No, I do have one coming though. I just got one. I have just a regular soldering iron. And I do have stuff I put here, you know, to work on it. Like I've got my mats and stuff I put down, and it's more that my hands shake when I try to do little stuff like that. You know, it just, I don't know. Let's see, what else is going on? My daughter and her husband, my son-in-law, they're still here at the house. They're trying to buy a house. It's the first part sort of fell through. It's a frustrating process, as most of you know. I'm looking forward to them finding a house because they just have so much stuff, and our house is just filled with stuff. Aiden, my youngest son, still lives at home. No real changes there. My oldest son's doing real good. Him and his wife, they're doing really well. Michelle's doing good. Like I said, she's working 2 jobs, 7 days a week, just so we can go to the Clash, because she's awesome. What else? Trying to think what else has changed. Nothing with the dogs. Life has been pretty you know, health-wise, I'm doing okay, doing all right. Hanging in there. Again, once the hip, I keep saying again, once the hip, oh, that's awesome, Melissa. That is awesome. I think I might be in remission. That is awesome. QC Aquaholic, what's going on? Hello, hello. Brother Dan. Brother Dan is here. Hello. What is that? Latiendo. That's what it was. I got a Latiendo. Latiendo. I got a catalog from the store that you send me stuff from all the time, just the other day. That's awesome, Melissa, that you might be in remission. That is great. I'm so happy for you, and I hope it stays there. I'm jealous, but I hope it stays there. The hip thing it's what's it called? A labial tear? Labial, not labia, labial. We talked about this last time. Those are two different things. The labial tear, and supposedly it's not hard to fix. It's outpatient. It's not even a super long surgery. They just go in and fix it, reattach, I guess, and that's all there is to it. So I go. It's outpatient, same day. So you get it done, you go home, and then they say it can take up to 8 weeks to fully recover. But I'm not looking to run a marathon. I just want to not have pain in my hip. So I think I'll be good very quick, very quick. Just glistening in the sunlight. Glistening. I'm glistening a little bit myself. Like I said, it's a little toasty in here. God, I feel like I got nothing else to talk about. We haven't seen Whip today. Hope Whip is doing well. Yeah, I've got nothing else. I guess I'm done. Geez, how long do we even stream for? Not even an hour. Is there something else we can talk about? I touched on the ESP stuff. My project's coming up with that. I told you I have one that's going to do reminders, and it'll flash in the screen. It's an LED panel. It's about this big. Oh, I know what I can show you. I'll show you Home Assistant. I also set up my oldest son bought me a Raspberry Pi for Father's Day, and I'm running Home Assistant and Pi-hole on that, which helps with network. The Pi-hole's a networking. I won't go into it. Extra sense? No, ESP is in Espressif. Espressif is the company. ESP32. They're little microcontrollers. They're little boards. I think he bought a kit, he brought me the last version, the 4, and it was only like 120, I think, and that was it had a case and everything for the Raspberry Pi. Excuse me. Okay, let's put this over here so I can do stuff, and let's share this, and that's going to share that, and we want to share this, and we want to share that. Share a little bit of this. There we go. So that's our weather dashboard on Home Assistant. This one I think is pretty cool because these are all the different devices I have running, except for this one I haven't put on there yet. You can't even see me. Except for these little ESP ones, I haven't put them back on since I changed it. But there's all of our different weather devices that we have. The current air quality, that's from one of these cheaper models over here, but it does have Wi-Fi, and it's not bad. It's pretty accurate. Oh, it's not pulling from the National Weather Service for some reason. But it combines, so I can compare. Like last night, I had some problems with this. I just included my Accurite station on here, and it was reporting in Pascal instead. So it's dropped. That's why that massive drop in the barometric pressure. But you see, otherwise, they're pretty much right on. So my barometers are calibrated correctly. The humidity, you see, that's quite a range there. So there's a lot of these that, again, the Accurite doesn't look like it's reporting correctly. Let's see, living room, not a whole lot there yet. That's Michelle, because she's my Wonder Woman. I'm still fleshing this out, but I can arm the camera. Look, there's our garbage cans. This one's sort of useless. I just wanted to put it there to see if I communicate. All that does is Here, look over here in this little image. It turned off the backlight. That's all it does. It turned off the backlight. You can't even see it. But that's all that does. Still pretty cool though. I was using that, to learn how to communicate with it correctly. And a lot of this stuff is right out of the box. It does it. Let's see what else. Energy. If you do solar, if you have you can grab information there and see how much energy you're using. Just a ton of different stuff it'll do. The cams are down right now. I'm working on those. So the weather cams are down, and I don't have all of them in there. I actually have 4 of them now. North, south, east, and west. I've only put the 2 on there. This is free software. My favorite price. It's not. It's free, and it's such a great piece of software because it combines all these disparate systems into one. So you can communicate with all your different smart devices, and that's difficult to do because they all have their own protocols and stuff. Amazon has this one, and Philips Hue has this one. And again, they do have connectors for a lot of it, but not all of it. There's a lot of it that falls through the crack. Tuya, Zigbee, all those different ones. But this software brings it all in together and lets you manage it in one place and communicate with those different ones together. So right now I'm setting up a sensor. When Michelle's here in the house, only when she's connected to the LAN, it tracks where she's at in the house. So when she leaves the living room with her phone, it'll pause the TV. And she doesn't have to pause the TV. It's a little thing, but it's so cool to do. So when she gets up, a lot of times she'll watch a show or something, then she gets up and goes in the kitchen and forgets to pause the TV, and she'll miss out on something. So this way she doesn't have to worry about it. It's going to pause it automatically as long as she takes her phone with her. And there's other things that I can do too. You can do stuff like a sensor just to tell if somebody went in the kitchen, and then it would pause that. But that doesn't work exactly because how does it know it's Michelle? So when it comes down to when it's just the 2 of us here, that would work. There's other stuff you can do, as soon as you get close to home, you can have it do stuff. You can have it set up so that maybe your dashboard of information by the front door lights up when somebody's within a certain distance, but otherwise it's turned off to save electricity. There's a lot of that kind of stuff. You can automatically have the lights turn on and off based on if there's somebody in the room. All that kind of stuff you can do with the software. So it really, really makes your smart home become a smart home. It's so cool. It's so cool. And again, it's free. You have to have the stuff to run it. This is running on a Raspberry Pi with Pi-hole, which again is another, it's a networking thing to help me block ads and things like that. God damn it. Keep hitting those wires. Okay. I can confirm that radar is correct. Cloudless. I drove people away. We got almost 30 people, and then I started talking about all that, and they left. I get it. It's not, it's not interesting to a lot of the people, but my channel isn't just fish. I don't have fish anywhere. You know what I mean? It's just meat. So whatever I'm interested in is what you get. ABS isn't Oase Biomaster has too much tech for me. And that's another thing about diving back into this is when you're retired, you can feel useless. I feel useless a lot of times. That's part of why I don't stream too much these days. I just don't feel like I have anything to offer anymore. I don't have anything to give people. Kenny, what's up, brother? Love you too, man. What's up, neighbor? Hope you're doing well. How's the kids? How's the kids? Still just a 2, right? You're not changing that? I just don't feel like I have anything to offer. So that's why I just don't stream. There's really, like right today, we've been going for an hour, and I'm really just it feels like I'm pulling teeth. It feels like it's not like it used to be where it was just so effortless and I just would start talking and then 3 hours would disappear. it's not like that anymore. I don't have much to talk about. But with doing all this tech stuff, at least I'm retaining my skills, remembering from when I was an IT guy, remembering all that stuff. And it also gives me some focus, right? Because I can sit and work on. Yesterday, I started working on a scraper for websites. So I wanted to see when there were deals on ESP stuff. Again, the boards, not the I wanted to scrape all the big websites and see when they had deals on a big category of products. And there are some scrapers and things that do that out there, but none are really good. Like Camel works really well, but only for Amazon. I wanted something like that, but for a bunch of websites. So I started working on it yesterday, and I made quite a bit of headway on it. I spent most of the day doing it, but I got pretty far. I can pull stuff from AliExpress, which is one of the more difficult ones because they use so much JavaScript. I can pull information from that, and I put it into my SQL database, and that way I can track the price changes and all that kind of stuff. And it's only for my own use, but that way I can tell if something goes on sale that I've been looking at. About the focus on streams, yeah, I stopped doing all of those. I mean, I did run low on focus on. I didn't have any new people, and I said the next focus on, I'm not going to do another focus on until Zen Ginger wants to do one, because she's been on the fence. She's been getting closer, and I think once we meet at the Clash, her and her husband will be at the Clash. I think once we actually meet face to face and she's around all these other people that she knows, I think after that we'll do it. So yeah, we're that's next. Zen Ginger is the next focus on. Otherwise, we still, we went through most of them. Although there are a lot of new people in the community. I mean, I see on fishfam.link all these new channels, new to me, that are streaming these days or putting out content. I don't know most of those people because, again, I'm so out of the loop and I don't do anything with the community. But they don't know who I am. They have no clue who I am because I'm not a part of the community that much anymore. So they probably wouldn't want to anyways. Geek out fodder with Ed. Ed would be very lost in all of it. Technology's not his friend, but the combination, because he is so, you know how good he is at being creative and crafty, and I mean, Craft Ed. It just, he's so good at that part of it. If we could combine those two things, that would be awesome. Renee, I suggest calling an IT guy then. That's the one thing I'm happy about no longer being an IT guy is not helping people with IT problems, because it can be so frustrating. It can be so frustrating. Michelle's grandpa, he's 97 years old. He had an old laptop that he forgot the password to, couldn't get in. So, I used some tools to get his password reset and stuff. But then he was freaking out because in the Wi-Fi, it didn't have his Wi-Fi as the one he was connected to. It still had ours. And I don't know, it was not that big of a deal. But Aquatic Moose is here. Let's see. What am I missing? ABS says, I get you. I still care for my disabled partner at home, and life can get real slow sometimes. Yeah. And sometimes that's good. I mean, it has been nice to slow down and not have to worry. That has helped the most with my RA is not having that stress of going to work and dealing with just work stress. That's the biggest part. 11, what are you doing? Come here. God, dogs hate me today. Hi, Moosey. Most of those people don't know us either. Oh, gotcha. Gotcha. No, ABC, no. There's Wall. There he is. Come here, Wall. 11, you want to come say hi? Wall. Put it in your ear. Come here, let me see your ear. Let me see your ear. Bring that ear up here. Get up here. Let me see this ear. There's something going on with that ear? Let me see that ear. Here's my dog. Here's my dog. Here's my dog. Here's my dog. He's a good boy. He's a good boy, Mr. Walls. Wally Wallingtons. Suggesting that end users aren't the highlight of every IT professional's day. Yes, Jenna, I'm sure you are aware, yeah? Fish Fam is a very small, oh yeah, sure, J-Rock, but our community was huge. I mean, we had thousands of channels that were a part of the Fish Fam, you know? And sure, there are tons we don't know, but what I'm saying is because I'm out of, you know, I used to do the focus-ons, I used to be involved with the community with Fish Fam Christmas and doing stuff, and now I don't. I just don't do anything. So all the new people that have joined our specific community have no idea. That's do you know who I am? I'm not. That's what it sounds like I'm doing, but I'm not. Most of us, when I say we can sit and just stare at you without any audience, still be happy. Well, thank you, Kenny. There's Pyle. Mark, I was talking about you earlier about your interest in the ESP stuff. I did go over a little bit of it. You know, I shouldn't even said anything, J-Rock. We'll just skip all that. Let's just keep going. And I drove everybody away when I started talking about it, Mark. But do you know who I am? I made you. That's what it sounded like I was going towards, you know, like these people don't know me. And that's not what I meant at all. Mark, I don't know, maybe if you want some help with the ESP stuff, again, I don't know that much. What I showed you was stuff that I just picked up from other places and from using ChatGPT. So I would like to help you in some way if I can. I know you were very interested in the devices and all that stuff, but I don't know how I could help, you know? Okay, I shouldn't have brought up the community stuff because now it's, you don't know me. Well, he's barking now because I yelled. You know, that's the next thing I should do. Moose, you brought up the catch thing. I should get OBS back up and running. It's still running. I haven't changed anything. There was some parts that broke. I should get it back up and running and start trying to figure out how I can make it even more fun with the ESP stuff, with the Arduino stuff. Maybe I should call it Arduino instead. You know, because before I did a thing where you could give a super chat and it would give a treat to the dogs. And I never got the last little bit fixed. I had most of it working. I just couldn't get the last little bit to work correctly. So maybe I come up with something like that. It doesn't have to be a super chat, but I need to block it some way so there's just not treat. You know what I mean? Maybe it's members only and it can only be once every 5 minutes or something like that. I need to limit it, and I can make tiny treats. So, but that's one of the things, and I wanted to incorporate all these weird little things so that people had a lot of control. Like I wanted to put a board up here with one of those scrolling boards that would that you could put text on if you did something, whatever that thing was. You could write a thing to go there. So. Let's see. Oh, I need to meet up with you again at some point. Maybe bring my kids up to the lake and have a lake day. Yeah, I mean, how far was Fulton from you? How long did it take you to get there? Because we're probably about another half an hour to 40 minutes west of Fulton, and we're not as far north either. Fulton is up a little bit. So I remember, we met up in Fulton that one time. So however long that was, tack on another half an hour roughly. I mean, yeah, and when there's a park, there's, although we're embarrassed of the house, so you probably won't come see the house, but we could meet up at, somewhere, Let's see, any good Prime Day deals? I have not, but I haven't really been looking for anything. I haven't seen a single thing that I wanted. Again, the focus has been all about the Arduino stuff, and the stuff I saw was just not, it really wasn't a good deal. AliExpress has been my friend. You know, AliExpress, sure, it takes forever for the stuff to get to you, but I mean, you can get these little boards for like $1.50. You know, the brains, the controller, like an ESP32. Well, this one, IdeaSpark, was like 7, I think, but it has the integrated OLED, a little screen on it. Sensors, you know, are $1, stuff like that. So that's really where I've been, you know, and Temu is no good for that stuff. I've done with the Temu stuff. The tariffs ruined a lot of that. So all the free stuff that I was getting from them is pretty much dried up, and I've just stopped. So I'm through my Temu phase, which I'm sure a lot of you are happy about, because then you don't have to hear about it anymore. Barbara Jackson Gordon's here. Hi. My food bill is extraordinary. Hey, Annette. Get a trick or treat, and you have to grab a random Harry Potter jelly bean to eat each time. That would, yeah. Mark said they're probably just the same level. I am at to pull pieces and teach myself just enough C+ to do some programming that was before ChatGPT. And yeah, that's about where I'm at. You're right. I could do a little bit of it. But again, ChatGPT helped me out so much. And I'm sure maybe some of the other ones are even better. But it's been very, very helpful. You know, like I try to put something together. I'll go to Instructable, say, and find like, well, currently I'm working on an automated weather system. This is a Uno R3 from Arduino. It's an R3. They have R4s now. This doesn't have Wi-Fi or Bluetooth built in, but it's a pretty capable board. So I'm working on an automated watering system for the plants. And this would be the brains of it. And it connects to a relay, and it connects to a pump, and controls, and and there's sensors. I really need to mark these drawers over here. I need to mark my drawers. I'm sure I already did. So that's a sensor, soil moisture sensor. You put that in the soil, it feeds back the data, and then it knows when at certain level that you set, hey, this plant needs water, and so it's going to water the plant. And I'm going to go from the 75 gallon is going to be where it takes the water from. I also am putting a float on the 75 gallon, so when it gets to a certain level, it shuts off that pump. I don't want it to take too much water out of it. But then the plants are getting fish tank water all the time. It will act basically like a water change system in some ways, because I'll have to top it off with new water, and it's not evaporation, so it's not leaving behind all the stuff, right? It's actually pulling the full water out. So it's also a water change system in some ways. Not 100%, but it helps with that, right? So that's a very cool little system. It's just going to be in here, and I think I'm going to do it. It's a little scary, but I'm going to do it like how people build the loop for their air pumps. I'm going to do the same thing with the water. There's going to be a tube running around, small tube with the water running through it, and the tubes coming down to each of the plants. I think that's the best way to do it, because I've got a lot of plants in here. I got the Boston fern, I got this nice other pothos, I got that pothos, I got the tree, I got the other Norfolk Island, I got the spider plant and snake plant. I've got some succulents up there, which I'm not going to put on the system. I've got another Norfolk Island pine. I got a different Dieffenbachia. I mean, I've got, 20 plants just in this room. So it would be, I'm going to start obviously with just one plant, make sure the process works, make sure it waters it the right amount, not too much. And I've heard that because these have current going through them, the foil actually goes away really quick. So this will just be like a temporary one, but you don't need anything special here. You can connect these to 2 nails and put them in, and it'll still get the same amount. It'll still be accurate. So that's one of the projects that I started working on it already. I just need to get better power, because you've got the pumps, all that. Anyways, Lando. Hi, Lando. How are you, young man? Hope you're doing well, sir. I was concerned about you a while back when I like earlier this year. We didn't see you much, so I was worried about you. I hope you're doing well. I gotta scroll back up here. Let's see. Food, consider culturing his favorite foods for him. Do you culture meat for Stephen by just getting a farm? Tariff affected my stuff too. The items on my daily list are very small in numbers compared to a few months ago. Yeah. Oswego is 2.5 hours, if that helps. Okay, yeah. So Oswego is not super far from us. We go there once in a great while. There's a great comic book store in Oswego. There's also some good Chinese restaurants. But yeah, Oswego's about a half an hour still. Yeah, because Fulton's a little bit farther east, where Oswego's, I can actually see the power plant is on Oswego across the bay. It's right over there. It's right over there. It's right across. I could paddle across to it if I wanted to. Let's see. When I was a kid, I always played Batgirl because she was a Barbara. Some ideas of what you can do with that moisture sensor. All right. I want to hear them. And I can imagine where you're going. Kyle said I played with some of the humidity sensors and some of the soil sensors, and they really sucked. They worked okay for a short time and then just died. Yeah. Humidity sensors should be a little bit better, but it depends on which ones you get, right? Some of them are just, that's the thing. Just like with anything, Adafruit makes good quality stuff, and they stand behind their stuff. They have decent warranties and things like that. You can buy something on Adafruit that maybe costs $5 that costs 75 cents at AliExpress, right? Adafruit has better quality control. They just, to me, they're the standard, right? So if you have something that's sort of mission critical, that's where I would go to get stuff, as opposed to like the cheaper sensors. But the soil sensors definitely are known to wear out very quick because they have constant power running through them. So some people have said maybe limit the amount of power that goes to it. Instead of it be a constant send, only check it once an hour or whatever, once every 4 hours, and that makes it last a lot longer. I might try something very similar. You know what, Mark? I have a Obsidian notebooks but set up for this project, for the water monitoring, automatic watering system. And I will try my best to document everything that I can along the way, so I can hand it off to you, and you've got everything. It shouldn't be that hard to do. Because I can copy stuff right out of ChatGPT. I can copy my sources from Instructables. I can copy the code that I have. I use Notepad++. I can, all of that. So it should be easy. Lando said, I wasn't active on here for a long time. Four-wheeler wreck. Oh, had physical therapy, so pretty busy, but I'm back now. Well, I noticed that you were gone, and I hope you're doing well. And are you and your dad coming back to the Clash again this year? That was cool to meet you. Raspberry Pi hit to lights and misting. That is cool. Ran active weather conditions based on AccuWeather for New Caledonia Island. I don't want to jump into the politics of it, but AccuWeather, if you can help it, is not a good source to use for stuff. I'm not telling you what to do, obviously, but yeah, that guy's evil. the CEO. You do what you want, and you're not going to cause any problems by using it or not, But if you could use a different source, Yeah, I don't want to get into it, Moose. The main thing is he's trying to take data that they get from the National Weather Service that's paid for with our tax money and put it behind a firewall so that we have to pay him to get it. That's a big part of it. But I don't want to go too far into it. That's part of it, though. That's the mindset, is that we need to get rid of the National Weather Service, and these other entities would make us pay to get our information that we've already paid for. Weather Underground is okay. I like them. They're pretty accurate. It's wonderground.com. They take into account local weather stations and more microclimates. At least they used to be. They got bought out. I think IBM. I can't remember who bought them. The thing was weather. I don't remember who bought them. But anyways, they used to be a lot better. They were more accurate. If you lived in a place like us, we've got the lake right there. And it matters here. A couple miles away, we can be 10 degrees difference. So they were much better at getting those more accurate things. LJ Shrimp, hello. What's up, Latoya? Hope you're doing well. Wait, I'm sorry. I called you Latoya. I just realized it. You're not Latoya. We've met. I'm so sorry. What? I suck with the names. I'm so sorry. And I forgot your first name. I'm drawing a blank.
Oh my God!
Lord.
Thank you.
I'm so sorry. Why do I do that? I hate that. And Kelly Foreman. Hi, Kelly Foreman. I was hoping you were going to stop in. I mean, the money's always nice too, but thank you. Oh my. See you, Kenny. Dee Dee always calls me Latoya. Sorry. Yeah, I miss Dee Dee too. I didn't get to see Dee Dee. I haven't seen her and talked to her in so long. Kelly, I wondered how your green lacewing project went. I was outside. We have a bunch of ladybugs on our milkweed, ton of aphids on there, and the ladybugs are on there too. And I knew you were going to do the green lacewings, and I wondered how that worked out for you. Did it work? Did you see a lot of them around? Notice weather radar can change pattern in minutes, so the path of storm is not. What's also cool about radar is when it's migration time, you can see the birds on there. I love watching that. When you can watch the radar at night, you'll see birds. You'll see flocks of birds on the radar. See you, Lando. Glad you're doing better. Ladybugs love my milkweed too. We've got a bunch of it up on the top. What did Kelly say? Can't chat much. I'm on a deadline. Oh, gotcha. Okay. Well, Kelly, if you get a chance, if you would please post on the Discord how your green lacewings did. There. Order more of them. I don't see any aphids, but I'm taking no chances. I haven't decided. Oh, not seen any lacewings from last year. Oh, okay. Yeah, there's a ton of aphids on the milkweed. Poppies didn't turn out too well. Part of it is we didn't take care of the outdoors. I didn't go out and water when I should have, and so a lot of the outdoors. Our strawberries did really well. Our strawberries did great this year. We were getting so many. I went out there and just picked them and ate them, and they were so good. The lacewings absolutely worked, though. Gotcha. I've been thinking about trying them, but again, we have a lot of ladybugs right there too. And I know you said you don't see the ladybugs. So we do have ladybugs, but maybe the lacewings coupled with the ladybugs would do okay. The strawberries did really good. Asparagus did really well. It's still doing really well. This is our third year, so it's coming in good. And we put some more in too, so hopefully it spreads out more. But I go out, break off a piece of asparagus and just, eat it just like that. I absolutely love it. It's tender. I give a little bit to Wally because it can upset their stomach a little bit. but he loves it too. I'll pick off a piece and he just looks up at me with the big eyes, you know. J-Rock says, I live in Tornado Alley. Gotcha. I know the storms go around our town a lot, almost like we have a wind. We don't have any. It's trippy to watch. Yeah, I do love watching the radar. I use GR3. No, G3 level. GR level 3. I'm going to show you that too. I use this software because I use it to publish as well. I publish it to my website when there's storms going on. So let's go over here, and we're going to share the whole screen. Let's do the entire screen, and we can do this one and share that, and then put it on the stream. Okay, so first I got a poll up here. Oh, it is really bogging down. My mouse is even, that's weird. Must be because of streaming. Okay, so now it's polling, and then I go up and I publish. So it publishes screenshots. Oh, that sucks. I got to change my password now. Oh, brother Dan, take care, man. Thanks for stopping in. I got to change my password. So I'll go back in there anyways, because I'm going to change it right after this. I forgot that the information was on just a raw text string there. All right, so now it publishes to my website. It takes a screenshot every so often to make the image. I also have that brought into Home Assistant. And Laura said she's almost on there. So this is cool software because you can zoom in, zoom out. You can add a lot of place names to it so you can get more data. You can choose which, this is Buffalo is our local radar, even though I'm way over here. We're way over there. Looks like we might have a little bit of a storm coming. So this is Sodus Bay, this bigger bay here, and that's our little bay right there. Let's see how close we can get. Oh, yeah, that looks horrible. Oh, there we go. Look. Not only gonna get my password, you're gonna see where I live. That's our house. That's where we live, right there. So our property goes like this, and then it's got a little notch like that. And there's an access road that you can't see that runs down the middle there. Goes down here. Captain Tony lives down here. This is the neighbor that I don't care for that is leaving any time now. But yeah, that's our neighborhood. This is the vineyard over here. This is all grapevines here in this cleared area. But that's our neighborhood. This is East Bay, and then obviously that's Lake Ontario. I wonder does it clear up? It doesn't clear up. I just wondered, why does it let you zoom in that close? Why does it let you, why? Why do you need to be zoomed in that close if it's going to be that bad? What information are you going to get? Here we can, we can't see in the UK, I don't think. I think this is as far out as we go. I was going to say we could probably go to the UK and see, but no. But you can, it does North America pretty well. It doesn't do Canada. I think it is just America now that I think about it. I think he only gets stuff. I think there's an add-on to get different areas. I think that's how it works. And I've only got it loaded for the East Coast because that's where I live. All right, enough of that. Maybe the company administrators can see that close. Oh, maybe, or maybe if there is like a premium level to the software, they might clear it up. I honestly don't know. I don't pay for a premium. I bought it. I don't like to pay for subscriptions to software. I absolutely hate the idea of it. I've always hated it. I think it's crazy. I want to just buy the software package and that's it. I don't want to have to every year have to renew. I hate it with a passion. So I do have to do it with a few things, but anytime I can find a way around a subscription and just buy a lifetime, that's what I'll do. That's what I'll do. I mean, I've got a few little software subscriptions, but they're like $5 a year, you know, things like that. Some things for like the Amazon stuff, you know. Okay. I got nothing. I got nothing else. I got nothing else to talk about. See ya, Jody. Thanks for coming in. I know it's summertime, but it's still, and no, never mind. I'm not gonna say. Is there anything going on in the community lately? Anything, you know, anything happening out there? Is anything bad? Anything good? Anybody have anything to share? If not, I guess I'm gonna go. Thank you, Jenna. There we go. Fishmas in July is next Thursday. Obviously, Foxanne. Is she doing Thursday night streams regularly still? I thought, when I looked at fishfam.link, I thought it said she didn't have one scheduled tonight. Maybe she's got something going on. I know with the changes, you know, prime time and KG moving to 6 p.m. Eastern time and going for an hour and a half. Okay. ABS, are you going through the burnout? I mean, it is a common thing. I guess I am a little bit. I mean, I still enjoy it. Like I was just messing, with the 55 yesterday. I was doing a whole bunch of stuff. Steven sent me some Marimo, the moss that's not a moss, right? Sent me some of those, I don't know, years ago. And it pretty much took over the bottom of this tank on the right side, and it looks bad. So I was taking a bunch of that out. I still maintain my tanks. I still enjoy sitting and watching them. I still enjoy it. It's just not gung-ho. But you know, that's a story of my life. That's how I do all my hobbies. I go just full bore into kayaking. Kayaking is a little bit different though, because I physically wasn't able to continue to do it. That's a little bit different. But I was gung-ho. Kayaking was my life. I was like Mr. Kayak. That's what I did all the time. Anytime I had spare time, I was in the kayak. I was kayaking. I was looking at kayaking stuff. I was talking about kayaking stuff. I have to be the worst person to hang around for somebody like Michelle because she doesn't really have any hobbies. Lately, she's been doing a lot more artistic stuff, though. We got her an iPad for her birthday, Christmas. I can't remember. We got her a present. Ariel and I went in on it and got the same one that she has because the drawing stuff. And she's been doing a lot of stuff. She's been creating some stickers for the Clash and things, too. So she is starting to do something. But Ariel and I are alike in that manner, in that we always have projects going on. Ariel is very, very crafty. She creates all kinds of stuff. They have a strawberry festival in a little town by us, and Ariel was a vendor there, and she did really well. And she had a line because she made these things for the kids where she just took the little, I don't know what they're made out of. It's not cotton, but it's a little ball made out of cloth. Right? I don't know what they are, but they're all different colors. And she had googly eyes and stuff. And they were monsters. And she had like a little display case. So she did basically like Build-A-Bear, where the kids come up and got to pick out the pieces that they wanted. And then she put them together and put them in the thing. And she even drew up like a little birth certificate for it. You know, the kids didn't know about that part of it, but she gave them a birth certificate talking about the little monster and everything, and had its name on there and everything. So it was very popular. She had a huge line of kids waiting to get it, you know. She does a lot of stuff like that, but she gets obsessed with her projects, and that's all she talks about. So Michelle has to hear it from her. And then I do the same thing. So she's getting it from Ariel and she's getting it from me. And it's just got to be so frustrating for the woman. She is a saint to put up with us that way. She really is. Marimo's algae. There we go. Yeah. KJ is going to be moving to Friday and streaming at 8 p.m. Eastern starting next week. Oh, I didn't know about that either. Okay. But prime time is still staying on Thursdays though. 8 p.m. So they'll be done. They can feed people over to McStreamy, right? Adam McReynolds. Hi, Adam. How's it going, brother? Hope you're doing well. You're doing okay with the autoimmune stuff? You're doing all right? Hanging in there? And how's the work going? Anything good or bad in the dog world? Is it just dogs? Night Owl Aquatics, hello. Hey, Night Owl, Drew, are you going back to, is it Drew? Are you going to be at the Clash? Oh, they're doing their member stream at the same time. Okay. Fish Fam link, best to find people. Yeah, ABS. Yeah, definitely, it's your tool. Yep, that is the best place to find who's streaming, all the channels. Yeah, it's definitely the place to go for our community. There are so many channels. How many channels do we have now? Yes, to the Clash. Awesome. Okay. Cool. We'll hang out some more. How many channels do we have now listed roughly? Jenna over there on fishfam.link. Xanadu. I know, wrong song. What's up, Mark? Good to see you. Good to see you too, man. But definitely fishfam.link. You can go there. Over 1,000 channels. Yeah, I'm sure you're right. Yeah, there's just most of the people are on there, and if you see somebody that's not on there, you should tell them they should get on there, because it doesn't do anything. There's no negative part of it for them. They don't have to do anything. They're in the directory, and they can be as involved or not involved as they want, but at least their information is in a spot where fishy people go to look. So if they're not on there, if you see somebody that's not on there, you really should try and convince them to either allow if they've taken their information off or ask to be put on. Hey, Matt, hello. You been playing with your little box much? All the time, but Matt, I hate to say it, but I killed it. I didn't want to. I killed it a while ago, actually. Actually, I don't know what happened to it. I stopped. I went to bed. It was running Ubuntu, and that was it. I just had Ubuntu running on it. That was nothing else yet. I was still on the fence, deciding. I came back in the morning, and it was off, and it wouldn't boot. I tried going through all the stuff, removing the BIOS battery, trying resetting, all that kind of stuff, and it just wouldn't. It just wouldn't. The fan would come on. That was it. I couldn't get to the BIOS. I couldn't do anything. So I didn't even want to bring it up. I didn't want to tell you. Did I try to? The good thing is I'm using the case for an Arduino project. So the case is perfect for this Arduino project, the CSP, with all my sensors and stuff. I mean, they're just laying in there right now because I still have this board will be in there, and then I've got a screen that'll go in there. So it'll go. So yeah. Jeff King gifted 100 Patreon memberships for, wow. That is awesome. Can we drop the link to his community page for people? That is very cool of Jeff Kane. Jeff, are you still here? That is very cool of you. And if we could drop the link so that people who aren't Patreons can go, check it out and see if they want to do that, to join it, and see what you get. And also, now, he gifted 100 memberships. Is it like YouTube where if people don't pick them, That lagged again. If people don't pick them, it sort of reverts, or is it out there? There's 100 that are already ready to go, and that's it, and the funding has already been given. Hopefully it's that one. Hopefully it's that one, so you don't have to wait for people to go get them. Thank you, Jenna. That is so cool of Jeff to do that. Thank you, Jeff. And yeah, go check that out, people. And you know, consider maybe sticking around. You know, until October 2nd. Okay, so a long time. For the longest time, I wasn't a Patreon. I forgot, to be honest, and then I was really limiting our funds that we were spending too. But I went and did it, I don't know, a month ago. The timing was a little suspect because it was right when Matt sent me that mini PC, but I wasn't paying him back for that. It just reminded me that I hadn't done it in so long, and I could because I cut out like this. Streamlabs is like 20 something a month. I just canceled it not that long ago. So I'm almost done with my subscription, and I'll go back to the free version of this because you can still use it. It's just, it's got a watermark and it's got some other things, some other limitations. Every Patreon gets a mini PC, is that what I heard? I'm going to sign up with 5 accounts. No, that is not the fact. Things are going as good as they can in animal control. We work with dogs and cats. Okay, no farm or wildlife. I'm taking exotics as long as I have an expert lined in to take in or foster. Gotcha. Okay. I couldn't remember, you know, and you probably told me that before, and I couldn't remember exactly how it went. Animal Control. I love that show, Animal Control. It's fun. You know, my other favorite show right now, Resident Alien. I absolutely love Resident Alien. Alan Tudyk. One of my favorite people in the world, Alan, is just all the stuff that he does, his sense of humor, all the voice acting that he does. He's just a very talented person. But in Alien Resident, he plays that character so well. If you haven't watched the show, it's hilarious, but it also has some heartfelt, you know, messages and things in it as well. It's just a great, great show. Give it a chance, Resident Alien, if you haven't watched it. So much fun. We were just watching it the other day. I think the new episodes are on Fridays, and we just got caught up on the other day. And you know, Michelle and I both just absolutely love it. Adam loves it too, yeah. What about that Animal Control show, Adam, since it's sort of your thing? You know, like, I would never watch, like, when I was an IT guy and heavy into it and stuff. Anytime you watch a movie where there's enhance, right? Most people know about that, but a lot of the shows that have tech in them, the tech is nowhere feasible, right? Some of them do a good job, you know, or some make it at least sound good. Other ones are just, it's not even close. And it would always bother me. I could never get over it. Okay, so but the Animal Control one doesn't try to say this is how life is in animal control. It's a funny show though too. I like that one. All right, I think that's long enough. Unless anybody has anything to bring up, otherwise we'll go get your free Patreon for fishfam.link. Show support to fishfam.link. Go get it. Thank you, Jeff Kane, again for that, and thank you, Jenna, for posting the link. Thanks to all the rest of you freaks for hanging out. Thank you, Kelly Foreman and Holly, for Animal Control with a huge budget. Yeah, and they get all those, you know, exotic animals and stuff too. It's always fun to see what they're getting, and just the people part of it, how they all interact, and basically. I forgot his name. The actor who was Jeff on Community, the big tall guy. He's basically the same character, really. He's Jeff from Community and a different part of his life, you know? Okay, Papa Shrimp is streaming now. Oh, okay. Geez, I didn't want to go over Papa Shrimp. Everybody go see Papa Shrimp. Somebody drop his link or go to fishfam.link and see it. And tell him I said hi if you go over there. See you guys.